Here's our latest patch notes breakdown video. Fortunately, or unfortunately depending how you see it, there's very little to actually break down. We're going to talk about Seth in this one, whose notes are actually pretty short. Have to admit, I was initially deceived by their apparent length, but as you'll learn yourself, most of it is basically padding, so let's get into it. Seth's crushing heavy punch has been sped up from 12 to 10 frames of startup. In fact, the entire move is now 2 frames shorter. Since this is not just a sweep, but a slide with some pretty good range, 10 frames of startup is actually quite impressive. Unfortunately, there is no real new way of comboing into it, but if anything it'll be more consistent now from the old roots. Light Hecaton Cares is Seth's 100 hand slap special. This has now reduced pushback on hit. Since it leaves you closer, depending on the starter, it might be possible to threaten with stuff like crunchy minion kick if people want to walk back. If you activate V-trigger from it, you will be able to connect with stuff like standing heavy kick from basically any confirm you have, which wasn't possible before. EX Cruel Disaster, Seth's Tatsu, has been sped up by 1 frame. The projectile invulnerability has been adjusted accordingly. This doesn't give Seth any new combo, but it will make confirming from crouching medium kick easier by approximately, let's see. Yes, 1 frame. EX 100 hands is now cancelable into V-trigger 2. The special already is quite fast and covers a respectable amount of ground, and Seth players used it to quote-unquote skip neutral quite often. V-trigger 2 is mostly used on block, both for chip and reset opportunities, as the scaling on hit makes it not really worth the combo. Since you can visually confirm the cancel, this tool is going to prove quite valuable for Seth. Now I know it's depressing that's technically it for Seth's notes. Everything else has to do with V-Skill 1, but all the changes are basically there to make the stolen special move in line with what the other characters got in this or previous patches. I'll put a list of the specials that got changed and the characters associated with them on screen since Capcom didn't bother listing the characters in their notes. Well, talk about a short video. Seth must have been in a good place if Capcom went this light with the changes. Admittedly, the character is probably fine in the grand scheme of things, especially since other top tier characters have been nerfed. Hopefully some Seth specialists will come out of the woodwork and show us what's what in the upcoming tournaments. What do you guys think of the changes? I for one know that I would have liked to see something more. Let me know in the comments below. As always, stay tuned to the channel for more content. We're always working on something.